Howdy, y'all, and welcome to another episode of A Contagious Smile, Unstoppable, with the lovely and sexy Victoria, whom doesn't think she's sexy. And I say, you're wrong, woman,
Whatever.
because you are.
Okay.
And Michael, that guy. So, y'all have to forgive us. We've had a lot of pollen here where we're at. And even though we had some good rainstorms come through, we're still kind of stuffy. Our eyes are watering, our throat's itchy. So we might not sound 100%. Right now, my wife's eyes are red and puffy. One, lack of sleep because she works 32 hours a day. And two, all this dang pollen. Not to mention, one of our golden retrievers scratched her eye,
No, 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 no. It was
specifically mine. So,
your computer background is the Matrix.
yes, because I like the Matrix. Um, Keanu, if you want to come on our show, please reach out to us. Have your people get with our people, and you know, we'll get you on the show, buddy.
I'll share my cameo space with him.
I would like it like the other day, y'all. The wife, we're sitting at the dang dinner table, and she gets a freaking video call or chat or whatever from none other than Lou Diamond Phillips. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Lou Diamond Phillips calls my wife. Okay, I'm not jelly in the slightest.
What if
Okay.
it was James Spader?
Oh, okay, that's all you.
What if it was Jason Statham?
Then hooray,
Really? Hooray.
hooray.
So somehow or another, something new is I was asked by Facebook to have a private channel. So sorry, a public channel. And I could send out all sorts of new things and what's going on and yada 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 blah blah blah. And I looked at like who else has channels and it was like the actor from Chicago PD who plays Hank Voight, and if he not that he would listen to this, but he is so awesome in this role. And he was also in G.I. Jane. He played Demi Moore's boyfriend. But just as I always say, James Spader was made for Raymond Reddington. This gentleman, his name is Jason. He is made for Hank Voight. He's fabulous in his role. So he has his own channel. And then all of a sudden, like Facebook asked if I wanted to do it or I would do it. So I'm just waiting on these people to wake up and say, who is this woman and why? I had someone say to me yesterday, we read your article about you in the magazine where you were in the main magazine for We, and it was fascinating. And I was like, shh, don't tell anybody. Like they actually came up and said, and I was just like,
Interesting.
and they said, you don't act like you have any fame on you or about you at all. And I was like, I don't. I don't think I do.
And still trying to get her book into production. Hopefully, somebody will pick it up, make a movie out of it
Who picked first? It would be a horror story.
to shed light on these monsters, these abusers that are out there, and what the at the time the victims, the survivors, and what they go through.
I don't think some people understand what advocates go through. Like, and I'm trying to hold back a sneeze. Hold on. So you take for a second. I'm so sorry. Warn yourself. Turn down your volume if I start sneezing. So, I mean, advocates like I got to sneeze. You're gonna have to
So,
talk.
so
It's like right there.
as an advocate, my wife puts in heart and soul into these cases. Uh, for the kids, that's the main. I'm going to kind of cover the mic here.
Oh, it's right there.
Look at the light. So she puts in just gobs amount of hours and the research and then rewriting stuff, and then making presentations, going before the courts, getting records pulled, getting the police reports, talking to the DFACs and the officers, whomever else is involved. So it's a lot on these advocates, and kudos to y'all if you're advocating for special needs or children or domestic violence survivors. Um, you know, my wife feels your pain.
Well, you came in here the other night at like, what time was it? 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning, got up.
And he walks in and he says, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
You haven't been asleep, have you?
I was in here working. And he was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
Me, I go to sleep on a
At
dime,
8 at night.
drop of a dime. I'm
8
like
at
an
night.
old man.
He'll go to sleep. He goes to sleep sooner than grandfathers and great grandfathers. Like he goes to bed, "I ate dinner, I'm full." I don't even think he finishes the sentence. Hey, that actually made me feel a little bit better. Sorry.
A hockaloogie now.
No. A
So that
what?
hot tour.
That's if you're Jewish. What is Haka what?
No, hockaloogie. Hockaloogie.
What? It sounds like an island in Hawaii. Like, come on, I want to lay you. Like, what?
That's not an island.
It is on Grumpy Old Men. The old guy says, "Hey, want to come have a pokey? You want to have a, licky dicky?" That's where licky dicky came
Are
from.
you serious?
Yes, I love Grumpy Old Man. That's where it came from. Was licky dicky. You know all about licky dicky.
Keep it PG.
That is what the great grandpa said. He says, "Come on, you want a licky dicky? You want to go to the island of you want to lay ya? Come on, I want to lay ya." I love them. They were awesome. We don't have like actors like Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau anymore. We don't have that like stoic, seasoned.
You got Jack Burns.
Who?
Jack Burns from the Fockers. Come on now. You ever seen Meet the Fockers?
I tried to make it through the whole thing, but if I can't get my movie made and you have like Streisand and what's his name on it? Streisand was the mom, the Fokker mom.
Oh yeah,
And then the daughter was Martha.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fokker.
Yeah. And then you had the dad, who I always confuse Pacino and De Niro. I don't know why.
No.
Yes. But we did like Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. Jack Lemmon stayed beside whichever, I don't remember who was who, but they stayed beside each other all the time when they were sick and they were like the best of friends. And then you have like Sean Connery. There are not actors like that anymore. They're just not. And it's sad. I mean, who is rising into those roles? Like, I saw a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger the other day and I almost fell over. I said, "Oh, is he playing Santa?" No, that's him. He's in his late 70s or whatever now. And I'll be back looked like he was hoeing. Like I thought, oh, he's playing as Santa. And no, that was him being him. He just got seriously aged. He's the same age as Sly. I'm
Well,
just
I bet Sylvester's had a lot of work done.
Sylvester, has paralysis in his lip. And him and Arnold had shoulder surgery the same day, the same like time. And I'm trying to think, but he's still making kick-ass movies. Sly still does, but that's like Sly and Arnold are playing roles at the age that Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau did, and they're nowhere. I mean, I like Sylvester Stallone. I tolerate Arnold Schwarzenegger, but like, they're not Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. They're not, you know, they're not Betty White. We do not have a Betty White anymore. I can't even come up with someone who's relatively close to a Betty White. Nobody. I mean, there's just not. She was a legend in her own. I mean, just a class act. Okay, I'm sure nobody wants to listen to us talk about Hollywood.
No. So for those of y'all who have been waiting on the podcast powerhouse courses that my wife is so diligently working on, we found an era,
That I did. I own my mistakes.
and she is going back and correcting them, and it's taken a lot of woman hours. Okay, so please be patient if you're looking for those courses, classes coming out. And let me tell you, from what I saw, she has added probably 20 something more since the last time I went through them. I don't know. Am I wrong?
No, there's four collections, and you have a collection for people that, if you want to talk about them, we have one that's just for powerhouse podcast and social media growth, where it tells you and teaches you all the ins and outs. Because we have no marketing team, we have no employees. Like, it's all in-house. It's done in this office, and the classes teach that. And my husband, of course, does not go eye to eye with me on the fact that I have them priced so low. Because there are classes, I've seen classes out there that are like several $1,000s, and ours are not. I think we don't, if I don't want to misquote, but I mean, none of our classes are anywhere near even $100. Like, they're not
Mhm.
priced that high at all. Most of them are under 50. I think almost all of them are. And then we have the Safe Haven Phoenix Center, where it's for survivors of any type of abuse and how to get or continue on your road of healing, and how to help rebuild that beautiful inner light from within. And so that is that collection. And then we have Limitless Recovery Tribe, which is for anyone in any type of recovery. And what people don't realize is that you're probably in recovery and don't even realize it. Like, you and I are both in recovery from abuse, whether it's narcissistic recovery, narcissistic abuse recovery, um, domestic violence recovery, you know, it could be a sleuth of different things, alcoholism. Um, there's courses in there for people who have lost loved ones by suicide or lost by addiction, um, recovering from the death of a loved one. There's a whole bunch of things in there that really help you uh, get back up and dust yourself off, if you will, and help you in this road. And then my baby project, because it's stucco, is the stucco squad. And I love it because I wish I write these courses thinking this is something I want to do when I was little. Like, I wish I had these fun things to do when I was little. Like, last night I did life skills for tween queens, and then life skills for tween boys, who you have the queens, and then you have the king's court, which I think are adorable. And each of them have their own chat room. So you can go in there and make friends, and you can meet new people. And the classes are so fun and uplifting. And none of them are, when the kids hear classes or courses, they think, oh, it's like school. It is not like school. My husband hasn't looked at, like, I don't think any of these. Each one has a fun activity to do, and each lesson ends with a motivational quote to help you realize what a superstar you are. And they're so much fun. And then there's even one about, like, the division, or living your two homes, only one you. I just did that one 2 days ago, where it talks about how some of these beautiful kids, they're living week to week from parent to parent, or um, every other weekend, and they're living out of a suitcase. And you know what? My heart breaks for these kids, because these kids are used as pawns more often than not between parents. And that course specifically helps you realize and go through the motions and figure out, that you are not the bad one, that you're amazing, and how to really get more acclimated and settled in to the two different places you're domiciling, and how you can kind of make it better and easier for you, not for the parents, but for you as the child or young adult. And so there's all those courses that really, there's something in there for everyone that they can relate to. It's written with love and empathy and compassion, and you can just feel that it's not like a textbook excerpt that's just thrown in there. It's real upbeat and uplifting, and there's a lot of character in it. So
So y'all just stand by as she finishes those mistakes, airs up, and
I own it. I did it. It's
it'll be coming soon. She's got a lot on her plate right now. A
that's an
lot.
understatement. So I have
Patient.
a new family I'm working with. Go ahead, sorry.
Just be patient.
I have a new family that I'm working with, and the kids have grabbed all of the kids I work with grab my heart. Some of them grab it much tighter. And the family that I'm working with has more than a softball league team of kids. Isn't that about right? Yeah,
All
pretty
right.
close. And there are so many factors in this that there's multiple. Did I mention multiple fathers? And, all I can say about this is one of those 1% cases that it's where the male is the victim and survivor of abuse. And I cannot and won't give specifics about the case, but um, I think for the last 2 weeks, I don't know, on average, every night, it's I mean, I've been at a drop of a dime where I'm like, I gotta go, and I'm on my way to the hospital, and that's been more than once. And let's see, 6, 8 hour days, 10 hour days, working solely on this. But some of the people in this are so amazing and so full of love, and the like talking about some of the grandparents and there's some people that are so sweet and loving and it's such an honor. I just hate how we've come into paths with one another. Like one, if you've read Who Kicked First, or if you haven't, there's an excerpt in the book from a memory where I was in a store. I was very pregnant. I was in a store and I was just totally disfigured. My black and blue eyes. I was in a sling. My nose had been broken. My jaw had been dislocated. I just didn't look human, if you will. And I am in the store, and I had a woman asked if she could come up and say something to me, and she did. And she said to me, "You are the most beautiful pregnant woman I've ever seen." And I kind of hid my hair over my face and said, "I'm so sorry." And she's like, "Not that way." And she's like, "In your heart." And she was like, "It just resonates." And I've mentioned this story to my husband, I don't even know, many times, and how much that woman just made my day and made me feel validated and visible, because so many people who've been through abuse knows that you feel invisible. You don't feel like you're worthy or valid in any way to anyone except the playground of your attacker who uses you as their punching bag. Excuse me. So this one lady that I'm honored to have met and become a part of in this unfortunate event reminds me of that exact person. And I told her that the other day. And I really believe, though I do know for a fact it wasn't her, it could have been someone who was her twin. I'm gonna let him talk for a minute. I'm about to go to a coughing spell.
So the wife
So
mentioned the wife mentioned that this is a 1% that the male is the victim in this instance. I personally came from an abusive relationship in my second marriage where I kept silent, as most of us men do. We keep silent, we bottle it up. Um, as everybody tells us to, you're a man, take it like a man, shut up. So what does that do for us men? Well, it numbs us, uh, sort of, but when we bottle it up, there's only so much room that we can put inside of us. And as the years went on and I kept ignoring it and I kept denying it, I got worse as a human being. Okay. When I would come home or to the house and I would open the front door and I would see the second wife in the kitchen, my countenance would drop. I would change. And I've spoken with my wife my current wife here, my last and my soulmate over the years, and she has recorded me um, how I was back then, and it is such a to me it's a different person. It's so soulless, really lifeless, to hear myself and how depressed I sounded, how despondent I was. I was like, just hey, someone's just shot my puppy. I'm lost. I've lost everything in the house fire. I just sounded miserable. And y'all, because I kept ignoring it, as the victim, I wouldn't speak up. I didn't want to listen to anyone. Y'all, it got bad. To where I was drinking on the job. And I'm sorry to say, I was not a cop at the time. This was after when I was drinking. Oh no, that's not true because I did drink on the job. Now that I
As a
think of it,
cop?
as a cop, okay, I do not condone that, and I was wrong for that. Um, I do recall, yes. Now I mention,
With wife one?
no, two. Um, and it got so bad that I would go to work with liquor in my coffee, and then well, hell with it. I just brought a flask to work with Crown Apple, and every day after work, every one of us would go out to our pickup trucks, and every one of us had a cooler with beer in there. And we'd pop a beer in the parking lot and then drive to the the bar right down the street. But yeah, guys, you don't have to live with it. You don't have to live with it. You hear me? You don't have to live with it. Okay? If she's got financial control over you, you can start breaking away. My wife has several courses, books out there that teach survivors how to start planning their escape. Am I right? As my wife's yawning.
Yes.
My wife's been up for many hours, and uh, these allergies are just killing us. So I shouldn't say killing us, but they're making us miserable. I've been snoring at night. I wake up, she's snoring over there, and my wife don't snore. It's just because of the congestion and allergies.
My eyes were glued shut this morning.
Yeah, they were swollen shut, and now she's
Well,
got
it's because
teary eyes.
I'm outside for hours and hours every day with this family. And it's nobody's fault. It's just how it's turning. It's how it's working out right now and causes me to one of the cute little kids that I'm honored to be working with said I look like a pufferfish. That was it was cute, but a little like, yeah, thanks, appreciate it. He's like, just a little bit. He's so stinking cute, that little kid. Oh, I was like, see this? This is called pollen. He was like, you look like a pufferfish. So, yep, it's not pretty.
Anyway, that's just all I want to say on the 1%, on the guys. You don't have to live with it. You can get out of it. And I promise you, from my perspective, it's been so much better, like a bazillion times better, to be out of that relationship, to be away from that
Would you ever get married again?
abuser. To you,
To anyone else?
yes, to you, only you.
No, anybody other than me.
In fact, I think we have another wedding date coming up very soon.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
What are you talking about?
We've got another date coming up.
Would you care to explain?
Yes, every year,
This is gonna
one
get good,
one of us
guys.
asks the other one to remarry them, to get
Correct.
remarried,
Correct.
and then we get new wedding rings.
Right. And what day does this newlywed thing
No, it can
come
be
void?
anytime
No.
in the year.
No, you said when we got married the first time that you wanted us to stay newlyweds forever. And I said, what did you do with stucco? Because I don't know where he went. And you said, yes, I'll call our minister. And she'll be like, yep, you did. And so I asked you last year and planned the big party and the wedding and even brought in Abby from the other side of where she is and your dad to be here for the wedding. And that was on your 50th birthday, which is just around the corner when you climb up another ring on that ladder.
Thanks, love.
So you are our newlywed terminology will be null and void here in just mere weeks.
Hey,
if you don't piss or get off the pot and talk to our minister and have rings.
I haven't waited to the last minute before, have I?
You were less than 12 hours from losing the title of newlywed 1 year. Less than 12 hours.
I like to keep you in suspense.
Yeah, no. No.
So.
No. So how do you get bugs not being in the house? How do you get rid of bugs in the house?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
You ask your husband nicely to go spray.
Every day you're like, babe, can you remind me tomorrow? So I will spray and I say, sure, I'll remind you. And I'm like, babe, did you spray? You got to spray. I'll do it tomorrow.
You know,
I'll do it tomorrow.
We have so much.
Can I get Kayla up here for this?
On our plate.
Yeah, it's called a game controller and sleep.
Well, of course we gotta have a nap. You know,
a nap is singular. A nap is singular.
There's grass to cut.
Many naps is plural. There are times you have had 3 and 4.
Hello. Hello.
There are times you've had 3 and 4.
She went space cadet there.
No, because I mentioned Kayla, not Faith, and I'm talking about that other friend. And that's why. We're talking about our other friend. And I can get Faith up here too. Mm-hmm. And Faith will tell you 1 nap is singular. But there are days where you do 3 and 4 and 5. You've gone 5 naps.
5 naps in one day.
I'll call Faith.
5 naps.
You have had 5 naps in a day.
She's just gonna play off you.
Are you ready? I'll tell you. I'll tell you when they were.
Oh, you know.
I do know. You know my memory. Absolutely. In the car on the way to one of my surgeries. When we arrived, you fell asleep in the waiting area before I went back. You were brought back prior to me going into post-op or pre-op, and you fell asleep standing up.
Oh, that. I do remember that.
Then, when we arrived back here from my surgery, I came in and went straight to work, and you went back and took a nap. 4. Then, in the afternoon, later in the afternoon, you had too much to eat. And you said, I had too much to eat. I have to go take an old man nap. 5. And I'm not even counting going to sleep for the night. And I know if I get on my phone and see if Kayla is home or if she's out and about on her phone and our cell, I can see where she is and she'll say the same thing. Or we can call our daughter Faith up here and you can ask her. Because I've told everybody he had 5 flipping naps. I have surgery.
What can I say? I'm a superhero.
5 naps.
Yes.
You have more sleep in 1 nap than I get in overnight.
And how many guys out there are going to argue your side? They'll say, what's wrong with it now?
I welcome it. I need a good debate. Let's talk about the incompetency of... No. Okay. So... when I am advocating for an individual who has been misdiagnosed. And when I spoke to the chair of the division of the hospital, I was informed that I would be called back. It was done on a Friday, and they said they'd call on a Monday. That did not happen. That is now...
2 months later?
No, it's 11 weeks tomorrow. That's almost 3 months, right? So then I talked to patient advocacy. And they say, well, we need to get X, Y, and Z. Okay. Well, don't you think you need to get consent as well from the patient? And I could have had Jane Bag of Donuts right there say that was who they were, and they don't even verify. These people, the healthcare system is screwed up, number one. Number two, insurance cares more and makes you go through more hoops than anything I've ever seen in my life. If you need something, like when I have to have a surgery, why is it I have to wait months to get on the calendar? It's not like I'm getting a boob job. Okay? This is a necessary operation, but you're in pain and they make you wait forever to get it done.
For the record, my wife does not need a boob job.
I've had a breast reduction. I openly state it was one of the best things ever. Ever. After my shoulder was replaced, they said the boulder holder ain't going to work. So you're going to have to get sucked. I was, hell yeah, I'm available right now. I don't know why men think that big breasted women, you carry those things around. It is not pleasant. And here's what I don't get: a breast is nothing but fat. It's just fat with a nipple on it. That's all it is. But men are like, well, you got to have big boobs, but you got to be like tiny everywhere else. Well, if you like big boobs, why don't you like bigger women? If you want the boobs big, right? Or they're going to be fake. Tiny little framed people don't have big kahunas. Like they're just kazuntas, whatever you want to call them. They don't. So when I ended up going and getting a breast reduction, they're like, also, you get a lift, right? This so excited for this surgery. Finally, one I'm happy about. And they're like, we lift you. And I'm, naive. And I was like, what do you mean? Well, we lift you so you A, never have to wear a bra again. Woohoo! And B, you'll never have furniture disease where your chest goes into your drawers and they droop, right? So you never have to worry about them sagging into your britches. Because as you get older, the boobs start sagging. Well, when you get a reduction and you get lifted, they don't, which is a beautiful thing. And then, like, big breasted women know this. When you lay on your back, they flop onto the side.
I'm sorry, what was that?
They do.
They what?
Flop.
What was that animated sound?
Why? They do.
It sounded like breaking glass.
They could, right? I mean, they literally just flop over.
I've never heard a titty go.
Why did you use that word?
Because that's what they are.
No, it's a breast.
I don't say boobs. That just sounds funny.
I hate that word.
Boobs?
No.
Boobies?
No. The other one.
Oh.
But it's true.
The tatas.
No. So when I had my reduction, I wanted to be flatter. I was like, no, I want to be smaller. Nope.
Is this show about your boobs?
I'm just saying, like, that's what I'm saying. Why is it when you need to have a surgery, you have to wait forever to get it done? And that's not right. That's not fair. Like, and then they make you jump through hoops. Perfect example is that I had to go through all this rigmarole malarkey to get this thing. It's like a pacemaker that they're going to put in me. And they make you go through all of this crap in order to get insurance approval while you're still in agony. So then they put in a temporary one to see how you handle it. Then they yank it out of you in the office, the temporary one. And then you schedule and you have to like rip the band-aid off, deal with all of it again, and then go back and get the real one, the permanent one, whatever. And where do you want it? It's going to look like a little pocket underneath your skin, right? Stop. Don't you even. So my husband's trying to like.
Why are you shaking your legs?
Because I'm thirsty and my throat hurts.
I'll go fetch you something.
No, we have to cut this short because like my eyes are watering. I'm coughing. I don't want my friends and family that listen to this, because everybody who listens, we're one big happy family, going, holy Toledo, Victoria, like, you cough and it's like, wow, no need for an ear test today. I don't want to do that to them. That's not fair. I care about our listeners. I care for our listeners. Yes. Because, by the way, happy Easter to everybody.
Oh, yeah, happy Easter.
We totally forgot that one. However, my husband got Easter gifts. Faith got Easter gifts.
I didn't even know it was Easter.
Do you know when Christmas is?
Yes, it's this year.
Do you know about Valentine's?
Yes,
My birthday?
yes.
Case closed. Ah,
You're pretty smart.
I don't know why people think I'm not. Seriously. Uh-huh. Yep. So are you spraying tonight?
Yes.
I have it recorded now.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Are you beautiful?
No. And our
You
oldest,
just lied.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
I'm looking at
And I have trifocals.
You're
So
not
I
looking at
really,
here.
look, I have trifocals and all three agree. However, our oldest is legal in like a few hours.
Legal is 18.
21 to drink.
Legal to drink
Yeah.
is 21.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a difference.
Damn, you're old.
I am old.
But you like a fine wine. Not Sean Connery fine wine, but like a fine wine. He's shaken, not stirred.
I'm a fine wine.
Yeah, you
Was I
know.
wine at the dentist?
Now you're a
Few
pure
dollars that.
P word at the dentist. Like you're a wuss. Go get this thing done that they just did in my back and see how you handle it. Yeah.
So the reason for all these surgeries that my wife's having, you may ask, why, Victoria, are you having all these freaking surgeries? Well, pop over to Amazon, pick up our first book.
Oh, Lord.
It's called Who Kicked First by Victoria Cure.
Here's something. My husband doesn't understand the protocol and timeliness of the executive function chain. No matter how many people he asks, they all tell him that the president is under the founder and CEO. So that makes you under me. And so, with that being said, I need to move you into marketing. So maybe you can start doing some of the marketing because I do all of it. I'm just saying.
I have no problem with you being on top.
I thought this was PG rated.
You said I was under you.
As president, I designated you as president. I brought you in as president. So you can't be over me because this has been my company since inception of 2006.
Now it's mine.
No, it's ours, but I'm the founder and CEO.
Great, wonderful. Tell them about your books.
I don't have to. I've got you for that.
You've got 41 books.
They're not all out at Amazon.
No.
They're different places, and some of them they're out, but some of them are not for sale at this point because I use them.
Finish or publish off.
See how men always want to finish first?
And you teach people how to publish their books.
Yes. Why do men always want to finish first?
I don't know what all men do. I just know what I do.
What do you do?
I'm certified.
Certifiable?
No. No. I'm a certified cunnilinguist. And I make sure my woman is pleasured to the utmost.
Are you talking about countries?
What?
What?
Woman?
What? You said this was supposed to be PG.
Well,
This shirt
PG.
is so
That's what
perfect
you're
for
talking
you.
about.
This shirt is so perfect for you. I have a short attention span. I just saw. Oh, wait, look, a squirrel. Faith got that for you. Oh, can we just say Faith wrote me a poem within 5 minutes? Where is it? Where's my purse? Where's my purse? Haha. I'm going to read it. No, yeah, I am. I'm going to read it. Hold on. Let me get it. Okay.
Y'all stand by until she gets this poem.
My mom.
Yeah, y'all just remember this is my daughter.
Listen,
What?
Nutbag. This is my
She
daughter.
did come from my bag.
No,
She's a little squiggly.
she's my heart. As the world looked down upon her, unsafe, neglected, and pain is in her mind. Yet she pushes it back. She hides it. For the one that she loves. You see, she has been pained. Yes, she has been neglected. Yes, she has been bruised and scarred and all in between. But her hope still lies within those few in her walls. Her husband, who is a pain to deal with, has sweet moments. He's been loving her for over 20 plus years. Her sweet child, who's stubborn yet loyal, has always been her number one fan. Her life was hell, roller coaster if must, but yet behind those walls are the people who keep her grounded and supported. And in spite of the many letdowns, she had always rised back up like a phoenix because those that support her broke, scarred, they supported her, broke her, and scarred her. Yet she flies. And the ones who she knows and are behind that wall will eternally stay by her side. For her to write that, and she wrote it in like 3 minutes. And Faith has never read Who Kicked First. Faith knows of a bad man who hurt mommy and not way too much more than that. She has seen scars that cannot be hidden, and she doesn't know the stories behind them. But for her to write something from her heart like that chokes me up because she's so amazing. She is so amazing. I can't believe that I,
No I in team.
there's no I an asshole. I cannot believe how amazing she is because she has fought and overcome more in her less than 21 years of life than most people have in 10 lifetimes. And a contagious smile was built around her. And my greatest honor in this entire world is being her mom because she is a smart ass. She is a ray of light in the darkest night. She is hope when you have none. She is amazing. She is the greatest gift. And anyone who has been around her for 5 minutes is better because of it. And the sorry pieces of shit in and has been in her life who are so self-centered and narcissistic that their head is so far in their ass that they have allowed negativity to transpire between them and Faith. When Faith didn't do anything but try to love you, you all can go to hell. I'm just saying. You know, the narcissistic people who gave her her word and his word that they would never ever hurt her or not be there for her or turn their backs on her and would never stop loving her and did all of the above can go to hell. And if they want to like be negative about me, I'll tell you where you can email me and you can write me. If you go against my child and you make empty promises to her and you lie to her face and you cuss her out and you say all these hurtful, nasty things, then you are a worthless piece of shit. Because this kid, since 4 years of age, has done nothing but try to help other people. She has fundraised since the age of 4. She has loved people who do not deserve to be in her presence for 30 bleeping seconds. She has always been there unconditionally for people. She has always loved these people without asking for a thing back. And in turn, these people use her maliciously and walked all over her until they didn't think they could get anything else out of her. And that was it. This is a beautiful, gifted young lady who has so much love to give, has the biggest heart of anyone I've ever met in my life. And even her hugs wrap your heart. There's no way to look at that beautiful face and not just melt when you see her. And these people, and there's a few, I can name a few, and I would like to hear what my husband has to say because I really already know, but I would like to hear what he has to say about this. These people, no, because I have no problem. I won't like shelter in place about it. I won't filter it. These people who said, I will never, ever do this to you. I will be there for you. I love you. And she says, all I want is a grandfather. All I want is a grandmother. All I want is whatever. I don't want anything from you. I don't want your money. I don't want your anything. I want time and I want to love you. And that's what she asks for. And we have people not just on my side. At least I can say, not that for a millisecond I want to defend my sperm and egg donor. They never cussed her out. That they've done a lot, but they never cussed her out. There have been other people in those roles that have. And she did nothing to them. And she laid up in a hospital bed and they said she wouldn't make it through the night. And she did. She was in complete organ failure. She was going to need a kidney transplant. I started the process to give her mine. My husband started the process. Then we went through the adoption, and none of these people could do so much as to send a congratulations, a thank you, a kiss my ass. Nothing. Nothing. But the minute, oh, you got spam mail or whatever else the reason is today, that's different because it's about them. That is the pure definition of narcissism at its finest. What do I know? I don't have education in it, right? I'm uneducated, right? Like, I don't know anything about narcissism. I don't know anything about abuse. I don't know anything about counseling people who've gone through this, even though every single one of these people have had me help them in those exact arenas. I've helped every single one of these people who have hurt our daughter, which makes me an idiot because I try to do the right thing and help them. And it's been every single one of them. And I've tried and tried to help them. And I did. And we didn't want anything from it because they were supposed to be family. But when it came to our kid, or even my amputation, which I don't care because it was about me and I don't care. But my amputation happened to me, but it also happened to my husband and it happened to my daughter. Their mom and their wife lost the arm. And not even so much as a reach out. However, you can get told, well, she has another arm. She could have called us, right? Because I'm not a carpet. Even though most people, and my husband has said this for far too long, that I have a very bad habit of letting people walk all over me. And I let them take advantage of me. And I do it because I have a big heart and I don't say a word. I just let it keep happening. But when you hurt our daughter, it's now my daughter and it's now me. And when these people who define the terminology of narcissism want to artificially, at the time, love her when it's advantageous materialistically for them, they can kiss my ass. Period, bold, italic, highlighted. And if they have an issue, you can reach out to me on my email. I would say it, but I don't think you're smart enough to write it down. I can spell it out for you so that you don't make the mistake, but you couldn't spell my name right to begin with. And that's not me degrading them. That's not me belittling them. That's me being truthful because I have letters of writing where not even the names are spelled correctly of their own kin. So I am sticking up for what is right. And now I'm going to let you say what you have to say. And he's going to say something like, I agree with her. She said her speak or whatever. Defend your daughter. Defend what's right. Say your piece about it.
No, I think we pretty much said enough.
You were going to say that. I knew it.
You did perfect. I love to see her get fired up. After she's so hot and sexy. But she's mine. She's my wife. I love her for it. No, I didn't leave her when she had her arm amputated. No, I haven't left her over I don't know, God, 20, 30 something surgeries over the past 4 years that I've seen her go through. No, I love her. And I know she loves me. You're pointing at our daughter? Yeah, I don't like to think about how many surgeries she's been through.
What about how people have treated her?
Well, that's already in the past. Did something spark this today?
I'm just saying in general. Like, we reach out to the people to make sure they're okay, and they don't even respond to us.
Mhm.
But then something happens with her, and they don't say anything.
Well, yeah, we know they're a piece of shit. I mean, it's not just family members, it's also friends.
Well, I don't call them friends anymore, but I'm saying
No.
I watch the pain in her face because all she wants to do is love these people, and these people don't know whether to itch their watch or whine their ass. And I know she wants to feel validated by having us say something on her behalf because she just wanted to love them.
She knows we do.
Right. She's talking about them.
She knows we do. We stick up for our kids. That's what we do as parents.
Obviously, I'm the vocal one.
Mm, sometimes
If you could say any one thing to these people, what would you say?
I don't have anything to say to them. They have to speak up first. They have to come to us.
If they did, would you forgive them?
I don't need to forgive them.
That's not what I asked you, though.
It's up to y'all.
If they came to you and asked if you would forgive them, what would you say?
I don't know yet. I really don't know. But they need to come to y'all first.
And you know that'll never happen.
You and our little girl are the ones they offended first and foremost.
But you know they're not going to.
Mm.
They've lost out on the most amazing girl they could have ever had in their life.
Yeah. Yep. Here in a few hours, we'll try to reach out to our son. Wish him a happy birthday, 21st birthday. So I think this was a good episode. Yeah. That a child fired up.
I'm very fired up.
Yeah, she's the vocal one. I'm the guy in the background. Who do y'all have to watch out for more?
No. Here's the difference.
The
Hold on,
noisy
no, no,
one?
no, no.
The
I'm
loud
not
one?
noisy. Hold on. First of all, I'm not noisy. I'm deaf, and so I speak louder.
I have hearing aids too, hon.
But what? 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 Spike Mike. What did you call me?
I have hearing aids too.
I have 90% hearing loss in one ear and 100 in the other.
You don't wear your hearing aids.
What?
Exactly.
I am the quiet one. I never yell. I don't scream. I don't curse. I don't disrespect.
You don't curse?
Not at somebody.
On this show alone, you said the word ass 100 times.
I'm referencing a person. It's an adjective. It's a descriptory word that explains how stupid somebody is. And I don't say stupid is a mental intellect.
Go to hell.
I'm telling them a place they could go visit. First of all, and second, I'm not saying stupid as if it's a disability or a challenge. I'm saying because their head's in their ass. There's a difference. And here's the difference. I'm the quiet one until you do something to hurt a child or someone I love. But here's the thing. You've seen me argue. Well, it's not really an argument. You can't really say debate. Like when Faith was in the hospital and I fired the nurse and the other nurses were in the hall watching, right? Seriously, I can't tell you how many times people are like, I wouldn't want to be on her against her. Like, I don't want to be on the side of her, right? The point is that you defend those that you love. You protect those that you love because it gives a sense of security and understanding and compassion to those that you love because you're showing that they are valued and they're worth fighting for. And the other people who only come around when they need stuff and they talk about you as if you're some dirty carpet the rest of the time, that's the whole definition of narcissist. They can never admit they're wrong. They can never admit they've done anything wrong. They cannot be accountable for anything. It's always someone else's fault. Poor pity me, blah, blah, blah. When have you ever heard me say, oh my God, I'm so tired, I'm not going to work? I go into bed and work. And you don't ever hear me say, I can't. I tell you, I got to go get stuff done. The minute we're done eating, I'm up here working. I got to get stuff done. You're like, babe, can't you take 10 minutes and just sit with me? I got stuff to do. I got to work. I got to get stuff done. Right? That's accountability. When you purposely and maliciously hurt somebody who has done nothing but try to take care of you and be there for you, and all they want to do is talk about you and like slander you, and then what they say about other people, they like the podcast that I have that I've never released. I won't release them because I don't want to hurt the kids. I will never hurt the kids. But it would destroy them. But I won't do it because I won't hurt the kids. If I was vindictive and narcissistic, I would release it because narcissists love to see other people misery like themselves. Okay, I'm done. You can close it out.
Are you sure?
Sure.
All right, y'all. Thank you for listening. Another episode of the Contagious Smile. My wife is so funny. I don't know what got her fired up tonight, but yeah, she's fired up. Say goodnight, babe.
Good night, babe.
Really? Good night, y'all.